you very much for your very kind introduction. Our OIC President, Dr. Carmelita Felicilda. I would also like to greet the Board of Regents, the Vice Presidents, all of the officials of the University, the members of the faculty, and of course, our new graduates. Alam nyo kayo mga graduate, alam ko tuwa kayo. Tumating din ang araw sa inyong graduation. Kung ano yung tuwa ninyo, kulang na kulang yun sa tuwa ng nararamdaman ng inyong magulang dahil sa dami ng nilang mga sakripisyo, dahil sa dami ng pag-aasa, at ngayon ay kayo'y graduate na dahil sa kanila, dahil sa kanilang paghihirap, dahil sa kanilang pagtataga. Kailangan natin dami pasalamatan ang ating mga magulang sa kanilang ibinigay sa atin. I would like to thank you for inviting me to share this day of celebration with all of you. And I thank you also for giving me this welcome respite from the hectic pace and heat in our national capital, and the opportunity to once again experience the magnificent beauty and hospitality of Zamboanga City. I also feel some personal affinity with this university because it is my father, the late President Ferdinand Marcos, who was instrumental in the creation of Western Mindanao State University. It was on June 10, 1978, that he signed the historic presidential decree that transformed the former Normal College into a full-fledged state university. And from those beginnings, today, you are now a veritable beehive of learning here in Western Mindanao, with a campus of 22,000 students, 12 colleges, and 3 institutes that cope and over 1,000 teaching and administrative staff. By any standard and any measure anywhere in the world, these are the attributes and distinctions of a major institute of learning. It is my belief that your generation is destined to change our country and accomplish great and exciting things for 2 reasons. Your generation today is the mirror image of the generation at the turn of the 19th century that gave us Jose Rizal, Andres Bonifacio, Emilio Aguinaldo, Apolinario Mabini, and so many other Filipino heroes and heroines, and lead our people to nationhood. Like you, Rizal and his company were no more than young men and women when they heard the call to service and heroism. Together, they dared to dream of the day when the Philippines would be an independent nation, a free nation, recognized by all the world. Together, they laid the foundation of our country. On the future you want to be yours, the life and career that you would like to have, the family you would like to start, and the kind of persons that you want to be for your family, for your community, and for your country. By successfully completing your studies, you have given yourselves a tremendous head start in this great adventure of life that lies before you. When you leave this university, you will take your place among the knowledge workers of the world. One knowledge worker has described the new situation this way. Wealth was once measured in gold. Now, it's measured in what we know. This means that you have to keep learning more about what is happening in your field and what is taking place in the world around you. It has been said that to be good at what you do, every human being has to put in, at the minimum, a minimum of 10,000 hours of practice in his occupation or job. It has been shown that people in different kinds of jobs and walks of life have reached high levels of excellency through practice. And 10,000 hours of practice is the minimum. Calculated in years, it comes down to about 10 years. If we look at the great celebrities in business and in politics these days, we can tell that that example is true. Bill Gates developed Microsoft after working for nearly 10 years at his computer in a garage. The Beatles similarly honed their music in that kind of period. Even Manny Pacquiao did not become the greatest fighter in the world today without putting in thousands of hours in training for his boxing. So, dear friends and graduates, inculcate in yourselves this spirit of giving. Finally, allow me to impart to you a few words about ethics and values. We live in a society where we talk a great deal about morality and about eradicating corruption. And yet, in the same breath, we are also a society where values and ethics have been abandoned or thrown out the window. Every institution in our society has been scarred. From government to the military to business, corruption is rampant. We have sunk into a culture of cynicism because people justify their behavior claiming everybody does it. Sadly, this cynicism and stigma of corruption has stalked and shadowed even now the trial that you are watching every day we are conducting in the Senate. I hope this will not make you despair about your government and about public service. But I have this fond hope and belief that after this huge and costly ordeal that we are going through now, our government and public officials will be renewed in purpose and dedication. We will all come to realize, officials and citizens alike, that our constitutional government and rule of law are worth fighting for, nay, even dying for. We will all return in God's good to the affirmation of values in our lives and in our work. We will all realize that no matter how many people steal, stealing remains wrong. No matter how many people are corrupt, corruption still is wrong. We will realize that adopting simplistic slogans will not get us anywhere. It only diverts our attention from the millions of the poor amongst our people. There is nothing sensational about honesty or loyalty or fidelity, because if the truth be told, they are really what most people are about. It is what most people believe in and what they practice. For after all, let us believe and never forget that Filipinos are good and law-abiding at heart. We are civic-spirited and we care. So let me summarize and conclude. All of us want reform and change for the better to happen in our country. You will ask and wonder, what can one person do to make our country a better place? What can I do that can make a difference? One writer has answered that question this way. In each of us all the centuries coalesce. In each of us all the future centuries have their beginnings. In the eyes of our Creator, we are not statistics. We are each the object of God's care and compassion. We each have extraordinary capacities and all kinds of latent force. We each have the power to transform our lives, and we can make a decisive difference in the world. Certainly, words to follow. So, my dear graduates, think about this in the coming days as you reflect on what you are going to do with the rest of your lives and in your careers. Believe that you have the power to make a difference. We all possess enormous potential of power and energy within ourselves. If we utilize that power, we can indeed effect decisive change within ourselves, and together we harness that power to make our country, to bring our country to its proper place in the world, a place of greatness, a place of excellence, and a place of care and compassion. So congratulations once again for your successful graduation from this great institution of learning. And more power and success to each and every one of you. And I wish you all the best for your future lives, and my most fervent congratulations in your graduation. Thank you, and goodbye.